So maybe you could tell us a little bit about what you should know about skinning up.
So skinning up, we like to call it uphill traffic.
Uphill traffic.
Because you don't necessarily have to like skin up. You can snowshoe up. You can hike up. It's movement uphill, which is kind of against the flow, against the grain of what everybody else is trying to do. So obviously, we want to embrace everybody's recreational passion as best we can. But as of right now, with the limited amount of terrain that we have, we're not allowing uphill traffic while lifts are running. But going back to that, accommodating people's recreational passions, uphill traffic is allowed from 7 a.m. to 8:30 when lifts open.
Right.
After that, you need to be headed downhill. Another thing to keep in mind is that as soon as we have terrain available to allow uphill traffic, we will make that change. Just as of right now, it's just too congested. There's not enough real estate for everybody. The other thing to keep in mind all the time, so tote road is basically how 90% of people get up the mountain. Our lift operators and our snowmakers use tote road to go up and down the mountain quite often. And our rule of thumb is snowmobile traffic, and that stuff is always on the skier's left-hand side of the trail. Or if you're going uphill, what we call looker's right. So if you're going to be heading uphill prior to opening, do not stay way over on the right-hand side. Be in the middle. That way the snowmobiles can go up by you. And there's no risk of interaction between the two.
And it might not feel right.
It might not feel right, but if you're there before lifts open, which is the only time we're allowing it right now, get right out in the middle of the trail. Because the snowmobiles, like the lift mechanics, need to get up the mountain to check the top of the lifts, clear everything so we can turn lifts. Our protocol is that they are going to be on climbers' right or skiers' left. So don't be right on that right-hand side tree line. Let them go up and through. And it also carries over to skiers during the day. If you're skiing down the hill and you hear a snowmobile coming, don't go over to the left-hand side. Get away from the left-hand side, because that's where the snowmobile traffic is going to be coming up and down. And we are very aware of the interruption to the recreational opportunity, the skiing, that snowmobile traffic, like how that impedes it or how that affects it. And we want to eliminate that the best we can, or minimize it the best we can. It can't be eliminated. So if you hear snowmobiles coming and you're skiing downhill, don't be on the left side. If you're going uphill, don't be on the right. That's our corridor for snowmobile traffic.
Good tip.
Yeah. And if you see a snowmobile track, once a track is laid, that's where every snowmobile is going to go up and down. We stay right on that same path.
There's your
So
clue.
if you see a snowmobile track, don't ski on it, because that's where the next one's going to come up through as well.
There's much better terrain than that.
Yeah.
So when it's skinning up, and of course there's all different ways of recreation, as you mentioned, but most oftentimes it's people skinning up. And so when that is available and you let people know, what rules should they follow?
So and I'm happy to talk about it, but the best thing for people to do is the day that they want to go up the hill, look on the website, go to sugarloaf.com, and in the search bar put up uphill traffic or uphill policy. And we update that daily as things change. The message board, the big trail map at the bottom of the Super Quad, there's an information board there where we do changes daily as they happen. The big takeaway is before 7 o'clock, no uphill traffic is permitted. 7 o'clock to 8:30, you can go up tote road. The big thing is, prior to lift opening, we ask that you don't interfere with snowmaking and grooming operations. So if you're going up the hill and you see a cat or snowmaking happening, don't go to that trail. the beauty of Sugarloaf, you can see all that from the parking lot. You can see all that driving up the access road. Mm-hmm. So you know where you should and should not be.
Right.
If you're going up a trail and there's a snowmobile or a cat or whatever happening, get out of their way, get off to the side and stop. Wait for them to go by. Give them the right of way, for lack of a better term. Mm-hmm. And then always stop at the top, at the spillway crosscut. If ski patrol is there at top of Skyline, check in with them. We'll let you know if you can go up to the summit, mm-hmm. or if you can't based on operations.
Right.
And if you want to head down, you need to wait until 8:30 to head down the hill because there are operations active.
Right.
So uphill traffic is fine prior, but we need to know where you want to egress the mountain.
Right.
What trail you want to come down. Check in with us at the top of Skyline, and we will inform you on where snowmaking and grooming operations are finishing up their work.
Yep.
And we can keep you clear of that operation.
Yep.
If you happen to be there before patrol gets there, just default to tote road. Stay on tote road. That's one of the first trails that gets groomed.
Right.
At like 4 o'clock the day before. That's a safe haven. Right. So always default to tote road if you don't have great information.
Perfect.
Aside from that, after 8:30, it's windrow and west. So once lifts are running and skiing public is on the hill, mm-hmm. we're asking people to be on the windrow trail and west of that.
Right.
And then above Bullwinkles, it's pretty much timberline. And then if there's any changes to that based on weather, operations, anything, you can find that information on our website, or you can find it at the bottom of Super Quad on the big trail map.
Those are where you'll find all the variables.
And there's actually a really, really, really great trail if you go from the bottom of Super Quad, mm-hmm. up past the freestyle jump, and then over to the lower Glancer.
Right.
There's an uphill route
yep.
that is like a hiking trail.
Right.
That is totally 100% just for uphill traffic.
Right.
Where you're not on a big, wide, groomed trail. You don't have to worry about traffic coming downhill to you.
Right.
You can have the peace and solitude that most people are looking for in their alpine experience. And it's a great trail that kind of meanders up through the woods, over some little brooks,
yep.
and gets you right to Bullwinkles if that's where you're looking to catch up with folks. So I would definitely suggest checking that out.
Yep, I agree. Great information, Roddy. We appreciate it very much. And of course, there's no uphill traffic currently, but there will be. And it's snowing now. We're looking good.
Uphill traffic starting at 7 a.m.
7 a.m.
to 8:30.
8:30.
After lifts open, no uphill traffic. And that is going to change, hopefully, next week or the week after as terrain becomes available. And
we'll be checking in with you, of course.
Yes.
And we'll bring that information to you.
Yep.
Thanks again, Roddy.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Roddy Arlen back.